Hello, this is Julie Swartz, and this is my persuasive speech video. Tonight, my persuasive speech will be over the overdose of the 21st century, which is pharmaceuticals. I encourage you to keep an open mind as I explain some of the potential dangers of prescription drugs in the next few moments. I, like many of you, have at some point taken prescription drugs, and doctors, of course, have every legal right to prescribe the drugs which are clearly needed in the majority of medical cases. However, it seems like we're to a point nowadays when doctors and patients are becoming increasingly unaware or downright abusive of some of the drugs that they are sending out to patients, and patients, of course, are becoming more abusive of the pills that they're on also. It seems like there's a downward spiral, and the patients become addicted to what is needed to get the pills. The doctors are willing to go ahead and write out the prescription for the pills, and this continues on, and it's a downward spiral from there. The patients need the drugs initially, the doctors prescribe it, the patients become increasingly addicted. The patients continue to ask the doctor for the drug, and if they can't get it from one doctor, they may go to another doctor to get it. The doctor prescribes it at one time, possibly out of pressure the next time, and many times they may end up prescribing it out of greed. This is according to a CNN news story which was done earlier this year. As you can tell, many times physicians are on the up and up, and I'm certainly not here to give doctors a bad rap or anything, but many times doctors may feel the pinch from patients who continue to hound them, and eventually they'll give in, or plain and simple, sometimes doctors just get greedy. So what exactly are these drugs? Many times they're in our own homes. They're painkillers, or they're called opioids. The next thing I want to discuss with you is what these painkillers are and how people get so used to them. They're actually derived from opium, which comes from the poppy plant. And the chemicals that are used in these plants, or that are in these plants, are actually almost exactly like heroin and morphine. They're both extremely addictive, and they reduce pain. And this is according to the drugfreeworld.org. They give an excited feeling until people build up a tolerance, and of course once people build up a tolerance, well then withdrawals start, and that's whenever things start to get bad. Withdrawals can include sweating, depression, a lot of anxiety, and physical pain at one point or another. Users will take an ever-increasing dose of opioids to get one fix, and this in turn may put them at risk of slow breathing and respiratory distress, which can, of course, eventually lead to death. As we've discussed who's prescribing them and what they are, but who is it that is becoming addicted, or worse yet, who is overdosing from these dangerous drugs? When we think of typical drug dealers and typical drug addicts, we may think of a street alley or some nasty drug deal going down in a car somewhere. But in essence, it may be just a 17-year-old football player who had a sports injury, and now he's addicted to painkillers. These addicts are not pot smokers or crackheads. The majority of these addicts in the 21st century may be moms and dads, or they may be kids in the suburbs many times. There are pop stars like Michael Jackson and Prince, or even long before them, Marilyn Monroe. All of these victims of potential drug abuse are potential drug abuse victims. We aren't sure about Prince yet, of course, because of doctors who could not tell them no, or pharmaceutical companies who were willing to make another dollar. The doctors and the stars had the money, and they were willing to go ahead and take that chance, and they ended up, of course, paying the ultimate price because of that. In conclusion, there are so many drugs in a variety of places. Street drugs like crack cocaine, pot, K2, even bath salts. but now there is a much deadlier threat. And this is according to stopthedrugwar.org. Although street drugs are still an obvious concern and a very dangerous way of life for many people on the streets, in homes, and across America, the gravest danger is now prescription pills and the effects of these drugs. Please be mindful of your loved ones and what is in each of your homes. It is very important for each of us to take notice. Thank you. I appreciate your time.